Mariska Hargitay, the daughter of a former Playboy playmate, has been a member of an elite squad known as Law & Order Special Victims Unit for 20 years. This is her story. This is the evolution of Mariska Hargitay. Before she was an award-winning crusader for justice on and off the screen, Mariska Magdalena Hargitay didn't want to be defined by tragedy. Her mother was the gorgeous actress and Playboy playmate Jayne Mansfield. Her father was the 1955 Mr. Universe Miklos Mickey Hargitay and frequently co-starred in films with Jayne. Their love brought them 3 children, but the marriage fell apart after only 6 years. On a June night in 1967, Jayne Mansfield was killed in a tragic car accident. Mariska and her 2 older brothers were sleeping in the back seat, but survived the crash. Raised by her father and stepmother, Mariska inherited her parents' passion for the stage and attended the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television. Acting might have been in her blood, but Mariska had to pay her dues just like everyone else. When she was 20 years old, Mariska was cast as a love interest in the music video for Ronnie Milsap's She Loves My Car.
I wish she loved me the way she loves my car.
It wasn't anything groundbreaking, but it got her the exposure she needed to land her first film, Ghoulies, the next year.
Oh, things were really nice. They were, but then he just got nowhere.
She spent the next decade bouncing around between short-lived TV shows and guest appearances. Downtown, Falcon Crest, Seinfeld, Can't Hurry Love, and Ellen. She even did a season of ER as Cynthia Hooper, a desk clerk at Chicago's County General Hospital.
I used to sell vitamins over the phone. That's kind of in the health field, isn't it?
In 1999, Mariska stepped out of her comfort zone for a life-changing role. Law & Order, writer and producer Dick Wolf's crime drama series, had already been dominating NBC for the past decade when Wolf announced a spin-off focused on sex-related crimes, Law & Order Special Victims Unit.
I read the script and felt a connection to the material, unlike any other script I'd ever read.
In preparation for her portrayal of Detective Olivia Benson, Mariska completed 40 hours of training as a rape crisis advocate. Within her first few years on SVU, Mariska started to receive letters from viewers that were very different from any fan mail she'd received before. Survivors of sexual abuse were reaching out to tell her their stories and to connect with the fictional character they'd grown to trust.
So I think that they went to this fictionalized character that maybe was the first person that showed empathy and compassion.
In 2001, actor Peter Herman took on a recurring role as defense attorney Trevor Langan. Mariska and Peter fell in love off camera and were married in 2004. Armed with the statistics, compassion, and some pseudo-cop skills, Mariska was ready to take her activism off the page.
Like, do you ever feel like you are in law enforcement sometimes?
No, absolutely. I feel like I do. There have been times in my life where I've seen something on the street and I jump in like, hey, put that down, get in here, come here. And I've done it so many times. I'm like, Mariska, you need to calm down.
In 2004, Mariska founded the Joyful Heart Foundation to support healing among survivors and change the conversation about rape culture in America. 6 years later, she stood before Congress to testify against the hundreds of thousands of untested rape kits stored in police facilities across the nation.
Testing their rape kits sends a fundamental and crucial message to victims that they and their cases matter. Not testing the rape kits sends the opposite message.
Shortly after her testimony, Mariska met prosecutor Kim Worthy, and their shared cause connected them instantly. Together, they began working on I Am Evidence, an enraging documentary that demonstrates how unprocessed rape kits have affected the lives of 4 women. In their research and testing of the backlogged DNA, Prosecutor Worthy discovered that there were nearly 1,000 serial rapists in Detroit, Michigan alone.
This is a perfect sort of microcosm of how we treat women, how we treat survivors, and sort of holds a mirror up to the country and says, this is what we're doing, so let's change it.
In the background of her amazing real-life advocacy, her work as Detective Olivia Benson has won her both Golden Globe and Emmy accolades. Mariska Hargitay's pursuit of justice, both fictionally and actually, has made her the driving force of SVU's success. She somehow manages to balance a no-nonsense attitude with palpable empathy that makes her character unlike anyone else on TV. Taylor Swift even named her cat after her. If that's not iconic, I don't know what is. Over her career, Mariska Hargitay has proven to be much like the franchise she leads: smart, passion-driven, and full of surprises.